Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be doing a Star Wars character spotlight. Now the character I've chosen is a character that has been talked about in the past in the comics and then had its live action debut in Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this particular character is called Fourth Sister, so she's one of the Inquisitors. Now there's a reason why I chose this one out of all of them. Mostly because we kind of get a better idea on all these characters, except for her. This particular one was introduced in a comic book series where it wasn't actually even her. So she was introduced as Fourth Sister, and that she has this armor and face covering and everything. And it turns out that when they first have her introduced, it's not even her. It is actually the commander Lynn Graff, who is wearing the armor and is pretending to be her. So it wasn't until she used this armor to try to save somebody from the Rebel Alliance on Mustafar, and they figured out that it wasn't her based on the fact that she didn't have a lightsaber. So this is interesting to me because this character, Fourth Sister, didn't exist in most Star Wars things and still was little known about it. So in Obi-Wan Kenobi, we find out a little bit more. So she was a part of obviously, the Inquisitors. She was the one that kind of dealt with a lot of stuff inside the fortress. So there were very few things she did, because she pretty much stayed silent on most of this. So the Fourth Sister showed the Grand Inquisitor that a bounty hunter alert advertising a bounty placed on Kenobi's head, which led the Grand Inquisitor to realize that the Third Sister was going against everybody, which is a huge thing. So then the next time we see her, she's basically just on the planet looking for, she took orders from Third Sister after the Grand Inquisitor was killed. And in the fortress, she decided to, even though she was against it at first, she claimed that the Jedi could be anywhere, that it would be a waste of time. But she was ordered to send out the probe droids anyway, and mostly due to the fact that it was talked about that Third Sister got these orders from Vader himself, which is why she decided to not go against it. So the Fourth Sister then ordered a group of Imperial officers to gather stormtroopers and to shut down every single port on the planet that on Mapuza. She and the fellow Inquisitors arrived along with Vader, and she was ordered to sweep the town and search for others. After the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader, he ordered both Fifth Brother and Fourth Sister to sweep the planet even further. And that's all we see of her. And so at some point from here, until she all of a sudden loses her armor and is captured by this, taken by, or somehow either defeated, or just the fact that her armor was stolen by the Rebel Alliance commander Lynn Graff. I mean, there's not much known other than that. And I think that's such an interesting thing, because we need to know more about this person, because they introduced them and we have no knowledge of them whatsoever. And the fact that they were introduced as an imposter in the very beginning, that we don't even know much about the original person. So, just like most of them, the Inquisitor, this particular Inquisitor is Force sensitive, so they have Force abilities, to the extent of which we have no idea, because we don't see her in action, period. At least with Fifth Brother, we see him in Rebels. We don't see him much in Obi-Wan. In Obi-Wan. But we definitely don't see this person in action, period. So, obviously, she's equipped with a dark-colored Inquisitor uniform. She carries a double-bladed spinning lightsaber, like most Inquisitors do. And then while the Lina Groff, wore a specific helmet that had a red T-shaped visor on it. Um, so apparently she might have that in some sort of capabilities, but who knows, right? So it's definitely interesting to see that, and the fact that we know very little about this Inquisitor. Now, granted, there are a few Inquisitors we know little about, but I think the fact that we actually have seen this rendition, meaning that she's actually come to the forefront as a live-action character, and we know very little about her, and nothing about her abilities or her standings in the Inquisitor line. So overall, I think, Star Wars and Disney really need to flesh out this character a little bit more. Maybe we'll see more of this understanding in the future, in future projects. It is unclear, obviously, but definitely a character that we know little about, and I want to know more because it's just the Inquisitors themselves are just so interesting that I want to know more about. I mean, do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if there's a specific Star Wars character you would like me to do a character spotlight on. Let me know in the comments below. As always, because this is a 30-day challenge, I would really much appreciate a like and subscribe down below, but no, doesn't hurt me if it doesn't happen. As always, this is I very much appreciate it, and this is going to be BCEO signing out. Have a great night.